operator just goes in, select the sheet that he wants to cut. It's really important that the programs get loaded directly on the machine, but he's able to load right here on the screen the pattern that's going to get cut on that CNC machine. From there on, he can print all the labels at once that they're going to be identified with their number where they have to be placed, or they can print out one by one depending of the automatic sequence that we're going to make it play. So what's happening is that the operator goes in, opens up this sequence, and automatically you're seeing parts turn into a red section. So what's happening there is that it can print out one by one the part, but it also identify by turning in green and change the status automatically in production assistant or coach to let them know that the part has been cut. So we're able to have a real-time tracking of what has been completed on the machine and the patterns of it. The second thing it does, it's also displaying directly on the screen how to group the parts for the next operating system. So in this case at the customer, what's happening is that they have a big card in between the nesting machine and the edge banding machine because everything is closer for them together. And in that cart, it's divided by height. So they have like a 4-section bin height, and each of these sections, it's identify a group of color for the edge banding of the part. So in one of these bins, well, we're only going to sort every part that only have a white edge bending. In the other of these bins, well, we're only going to sort the part that does not have edge bending. Another one can be only the colored edge bending, and let's say the last one will be the one that mixed with the white and the color. So in that case, the operator looks in the bottom of the screen, what's the reference, or directly on the corner of the screen that we can see right there, and see exactly where he needs to place the part. So what's happening there is that he's taking off the parts from the CNC that has his edge bending, the sticker on it, and just place them in the right bin, and that will help the operator at the edge banding knowing that if he starts by the bottom one, it's only the white edge banding and just edge the part as he needs to. Or he could only take the parts for now that's only in the slots for no edge banding and start to sort them into a rack or dowel them if needs to be doweled. So it's really it optimize not just getting out the labels, not just changing status, but also be able to group the parts for the next operating system or the next thing that they need to do to help, let's say, the edge banding. And a small shop process like this, what's really interesting is that they're able to start cutting the parts at the nesting machine and organize them for the edge bender or the doweling machine, and the guy can already start working on these parts without having to wait that everything is being cut, because they're all grouped and organized, and he knows which one he can grab on and start sorting them into the rack at that level. For the nesting guy, what's really interesting is he can see automatically from his sheet of material which pattern has been finished or done on the machine and which one are not done. So at the end of the day, if they come back the next morning, they know exactly where they were and what they need to cut into that project over there. Other little thing is that if we come out from the nesting and for whatever reason the machine broke the part, well, automatically directly from the screen they can call in a damaged part. So they select the part that's been broken, select the damage element, specify the reason why it's damaged, and automatically this will turn the part orange and send back a signal to the office to let them know that there's something broken on that part, and everybody else in the process will know that there's something broken on that part. So we can recall or remake directly from the nesting result optimization that we're seeing there. We can also on demand reprint a label if we need to directly from that screen. So really for that company, what we're doing with the smart label is really helping them to know what they need to cut and see the patterns that they need to cut to really be able to get out and have labels directly on their components for the tracking that's going to follow up, and also have information also on the labels that can be generated to be able to call damaged part if they need to, be able also to simplify the organization to group the parts going into that machine.